Rome's conquest of Egypt marked a pivotal moment in ancient history, symbolizing the end of the Hellenistic period and the rise of the Roman Empire as the dominant power in the Mediterranean. The events leading to Egypt's annexation by Rome were complex, involving political intrigue, military conflict, and personal relationships, particularly those of Cleopatra VII with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Early relations between Rome and Egypt. Ptolemaic dynasty's rise, 3rd to 2nd century BCE. Founded by Ptolemy I Soter, a general of Alexander the Great, the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt became one of the wealthiest and most powerful states in the Mediterranean. Egypt maintained diplomatic and trade relations with Rome, which was rising as a major power in the western Mediterranean. Roman influence begins. Rome began intervening in Egyptian affairs as early as the 2nd century BCE, often serving as a mediator in internal disputes. In 168 BCE, Rome asserted its authority during the Day of Eleusis, forcing the Seleucid king Antiochus IV to withdraw from Egypt, demonstrating Rome's growing influence. The decline of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Internal struggles and economic difficulties, 2nd to 1st century BCE. The Ptolemaic dynasty weakened due to dynastic disputes, economic problems, and social unrest, leading to a gradual decline in central authority. Rome increasingly involved itself in Egypt's internal affairs, supporting different factions and rulers. Cleopatra VII's rise to power, 51 BCE. Cleopatra VII ascended to the throne amid these challenges, initially co-ruling with her brother Ptolemy XIII. Seeking to restore Egypt's power, Cleopatra aligned herself with Rome's leading figures. Julius Caesar and Cleopatra. Cleopatra's alliance with Caesar, 48 to 44 BCE. Julius Caesar intervened in Egypt's civil war after pursuing Pompey to Alexandria. He sided with Cleopatra, helping her regain the throne from Ptolemy XIII. Cleopatra became Caesar's lover, and they had a son, Caesarion. She visited Rome, where her presence caused controversy among the Roman elite. Cleopatra's return to Egypt, 44 BCE. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra returned to Egypt, securing her position by eliminating her brother Ptolemy XIV and co-ruling with her son Caesarion. Mark Antony and Cleopatra's alliance. Antony's summons to Cleopatra, 41 BCE. Mark Antony, one of the Roman triumvirs, summoned Cleopatra to Tarsus, where they formed a political and romantic alliance. Their relationship strengthened Cleopatra's position in Egypt and provided Antony with the resources needed for his military campaigns. Tensions with Octavian, 40 to 32 BCE. Antony's relationship with Cleopatra and his increasing focus on Egypt strained his ties with Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir. Octavian used propaganda to portray Antony as being under Cleopatra's control, abandoning Roman values. The Battle of Actium and the Fall of Egypt. Battle of Actium, 31 BCE. The decisive naval battle on September 2, 31 BCE, saw Octavian's forces defeat those of Antony and Cleopatra. This defeat marked the beginning of the end for the Ptolemaic kingdom. Antony and Cleopatra retreated to Alexandria, where they made a last stand. Cleopatra's suicide and the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty, 30 BCE. Following Antony's suicide, Cleopatra also took her own life, reportedly by allowing an asp to bite her. With Cleopatra's death, Egypt became a Roman province, and the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end. Egypt under Roman rule. Annexation of Egypt, 30 BCE. Egypt was annexed by Rome and governed directly by a prefect appointed by the emperor, reflecting its importance as a grain supplier to Rome. Alexandria continued to be a cultural and economic hub, but Egypt's political autonomy was lost. Impact on Rome and Egypt. The annexation of Egypt solidified Rome's control over the Mediterranean and marked the transition from the Roman Republic to the Roman Empire under Augustus, Octavian. While Egypt retained much of its cultural identity, it became an integral part of the Roman imperial system, contributing significantly to the empire's wealth and stability. Rome's conquest of Egypt represents a critical moment in history, where the ambitions and alliances of key figures like Cleopatra, Caesar, and Antony intersected with the broader currents of power and empire, leading to the ultimate consolidation of Roman rule over the Mediterranean world.